Good.
G'day guys, welcome to episode 36 of Ask Woodford. I'm your host, Christian Woodford. I nearly forgot my name there. How could I forget my name, Brick? I'm laughing at this. Quickly I want to shout out to Exalto Performance. Now, Jordan Potts, how do I describe him? Not a very good looking man.
Rough hair.
He's got a rough head, but he's doing great things in the Sunshine Coast. Noosa. It's not Noosa, it's Sunshine Coast, isn't it?
No, he's actually moved away from Noosa.
See, Rick, Jeremy, you're wrong. So he's doing real good things with junior athlete development, so I just thought I'd wear his top. Doing fantastic things, Jordan. I'm very proud of your kid. You're a good kid, and you always played forward, which is beautiful. So thank you very much, mate. I love you to bits, mate. You're a great kid. And a loyal man, Jordan is, a very loyal man. And for me, loyalty is very important. It's one of the most important traits that you have as an individual, because people who helped you, they should always pay it forward. So thank you.
All right.
But Jordan, you are not a very good looking man. I think you're ugly. But I love you. You're not very good looking either, Brick, but I love you. Sky, you're okay.
First question. Coach Janov.
This guy would be from America, sure.
He's actually from the Netherlands.
Hell yeah!
He's the first team physical trainer for FC Groningen.
Never heard of it, but sweet. Right on.
His question is, do you think the hip thrust is also a primal pattern movement when looking at basic movement patterns?
Nah, it's I classify it as a supplementary movement or assisted movement.
Cool.
Pretty simple, isn't that?
Hayden Luke. I'm an amateur footballer wondering which strength training program would you use for me? Full body, upper body split?
Don't say it. Don't say the chest tries, back buys.
No, I'm just laughing.
Mate, the fact that, what are you laughing at?
Oh, just how he's like asking for a program.
Mate,
as well as how would you...
Mate, pay for it if you want to pay, for fuck's sake. Like, have some respect for my fucking profession.
Nah, but hold on.
I fucking hate that.
As well as how would you incorporate lower body strength exercises such as squat and hinges in season as
so he's asking for a program, pretty much. Just don't lie, you know he's asking for a program.
He hashtagged Ask Woodford.
Yeah, but what, so hold on. You literally get a free program by hashtag Ask Woodford now, great.
Yes, pretty much.
No, I'm not going to answer that, fuck it off. Okay. Unfortunately, mate, you don't do that, mate. Have some respect for us, mate. Have some respect for our profession.
Okay.
Not going to happen. That's fucked.
Sorry, champ.
Is he young? He might be young.
He might be young.
I don't give a fuck. Next question.
CJ Suda. That's a good question.
Oh, wait, stop. What's his name?
CJ Suda.
That's a damn good name, bro.
Smooth off the tongue.
You want to call my son, if I don't call my son Christian Jr.
Alexander?
Just, no. Oi, listen. Oi, Blake, right? Blake Harrington Woodford. Do you know what I mean? Harrington, Blake Harrington. They call him BH. The big BH, you know what I mean? The kids can go, you hope you. Oi, but fuck it, I don't give a shit what my missus says at the time. Christian Jr., I don't care. I literally would break up with her for the kid's name. I don't care if she takes me to court. The kids can call you Seawood.
All right.
Just wait quick, can we just touch on that subject for him and you guys? Do you know what Mum said? Mum goes, do you want to wreck the kid's life before it's even started? I said, yes, Anita. Yes, I did. Can you imagine my own mother, right? Just think about this, right? This is why, right? My own mother and father looking after my son, right? And yelling at Christian! You can imagine my mum, just my mother's, I would do anything to hear that again just because my son would be like me. Just never listen to anyone. I don't think he'd listen to me. I love that though because that's how I was. Just do your own thing. I love that. Imagine the day he says to me, Daddy, I want to do what you do. Imagine that. Imagine that I want to do what you do. Oh, mate, that'd be the proudest day of my life. Just going, mate, here's the keys, bruv. Good luck.
What if you have a daughter?
Huh? No, fuck that, no. I do not want a daughter in any way, shape or form, but I want a daughter. No way. Nah, fuck that, man, I'm not having a daughter. No way, no way in this day and age am I having a daughter. Mate, no. There's no fucking way. Mate, if I have a daughter, she gets locked up till she's 40. She have to get locked up. Everything hard. Because I know what guys think. And I know what he'll be thinking when he takes on a date. I know what the fuck you're thinking, because I thought that. That's because that was me. Anyway, God's going to smite me for everything I've done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
You ready for CJ Suda?
Give me a bit of CJ Suda.
All right. Do you know Joseph Rakish?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joseph Rakish was talking about fat grips for bicep curls. In the video, he stated it will help bicep growth by activating more muscle fibers. What are your thoughts on using implements like fat grips and this theory?
Yeah, Joseph Rakish is like some sort of famous guy who got famous off Instagram. like usually do the usual online bullshit thing, makes lots of money, would be a millionaire, would sell his cookie cutter bullshit program for sure. They all do anyway. It's not like he's the only one, but they all do that. It's smart because they write one program, they sell it to everyone, and they make money. It's smart.
What about fat grips?
You see, I like to jab at them a little bit. I always like to jab at people like that. Fat grip's fantastic, great. The thing about with the fat grips is when you grip it, it's like using fat grips for like barbells or just dumbbells. You think about it, if it's a thicker grip, you've got to grip more, you're going to stimulate more fibres to your forearms. Okay, it makes sense. And also, if you're doing a bicep curl, of course you are, because you've got to grip it. Number one limiting factor for females is grip strength. Do you want to guess what the number one limiting factor for males is? Anyone want to take a guess? Flexibility. Flexibility. Well, is it the same? What's flexibility? Do you know the definitions of both? Mobility is, what's flexibility?
Everyone's got a lot of definitions.
Yeah, I know, but these are my definitions.
No
flexibility is joint range of motion. Flexibility is joint range of motion. Mobility is how functional a joint is.
Pretty simple.
It's simple, but that's how I look at it, right? But flexibility is for males and grip strength for females. You see it all the time. It's not that the females can't lift the weights, they can't grip the bar.
But then at the same time, I don't have to put this in, we notice because females are so light that their grip strength potential, we'll see them is quite high because they'll be able to hang longer for a lot than
correct.
A lot of males.
Yeah, correct. That's correct as well. That's very true. But talking about fat grips, fantastic. Yes, stimulate more fibres. It's a thicker grip, so you have to grip it. So it makes sense. Yes.
Okay. Nath Ryan. I've worn orthotics since I was 10
Hey, I have too.
years old. I'm inquiring into training with or without them for squats. I know you say to perform these movements barefoot, but I was unsure if orthotics alter that.
No, I've got them, look. What a great question, because I've got them. There they are, orthotics. Now, listen, I bought these, my parents bought these when I was young. I've had these for so long, even though it doesn't, you can wear them anytime you want. I wear them in the lifting shoes as well, and it doesn't really change anything. Actually, it wouldn't change anything. It's fine. I put them in all my shoes, and no issue. You can come in. You can watch this episode. Come sit there. Come through here. But we use them, and there's no issue with it. But you can squat we do it sometimes. You can squat in chucks. You know those flat shoes like Converse, weightlifting shoes, which puts the athlete in a plantar flexion and makes them move more quad dominant, so you've got more range of motion to the ankle. Okay, a big limiting factor when you squat is actually ankle mobility. Okay, think about that. You need lots of ankle mobility, ankle dorsiflexion specifically to squat well. Okay? Remember? What is a true quad dominant movement? Trunk upright, well, it's ankle dorsiflexion. Hip dominant movement, shins vertical, trunk horizontal. Okay? So, yeah, no issue. I've had my orthotics since I was, probably 16. You have to ask mum, but around give or take. I've had no issues. No issues whatsoever.
Okay.
But I can tell you someone who needs some sort of fixing with their feet, and he's a man who just walked across me. His name's Brick. He has the highest arches I've ever seen in my life. He literally walks on the outside of his feet. Literally. You know, when he first came in, I said, that guy supinates heavy. Pronation is rolling inwards. Majority of people have flat feet, right? Pronation means rolling inwards. Supination, high arches, supinating outwards, right? You get issues for both. The biggest issue for me was when I pronated in, what happens up the chain? What happens with my knee? Valgus angulation, knock knees. It fucked my whole chain up. Jumping, sprinting, no one thinks about it that way. Everything starts with the feet. If your feet are off, your whole nervous system's off. So when I look at young kids today, is look at their feet. Yeah, getting strong is important, but you need to look down the chain. That's how I look at everything. I look at the body, how I do rehab, how I do introduction, performance work, is I look at the full chain. I don't go knee issue. I don't never fuck the knee. Most of the time, it's not to do with the actual joint or the area of interest. It's up and down the chain.
JBJ.
The issue, it's joint by joint, exactly. But the issue in our model that we use in Australia, which is just a fucking stupid model, the model is so outdated, so reactive. The surgery rate's so high these days because we don't have a preventative focus. We don't educate people on this. It's like, let's wait for the injury to happen and then we're going to spend 10 grand on surgery. Or then we're going to worry about it. Why don't we fucking prevent it first so we don't have to go through this process? I've got a kid behind me right now, we can't film him, we don't have to film him, but he's coming all the way from Wangaratta, which is 4.5 hours away. How old are you? 15? Yeah. 15, ruptured ACL. 15 years old, shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. This is what I want to stop. And all these surgeons coming out saying that we want this, this is laughable, Alex. All these surgeons say that we want to go to the government and we want this injury prevention program for knees. Are you guys, are they fucking kidding themselves? Are they actually kidding themselves? You want an injury prevention program for the government to pay, right? We already have that. They're called exercise science students who are appropriately qualified and applied in strength and conditioning. It's a fucking joke, mate. Australia's a joke. I'm telling you, we are a joke. Until we move on from this reactive model, all this shit will keep happening. I've been saying this for years. I can keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. You can either listen to me like we should have listened to me 6 years ago. I said all this stuff. I was too young. I was 25. Probably too young to start this company as well. Very young at 25. 32 now. Wait till, if I believe where I'm at by the time I'm 35, this should change a lot. I believe this industry will completely do it. Like it will advance to a point when I'm 40, where it'll be like similar to America is now. That's where I believe we'll be at.
Sam Thorne, last question.
Yep.
So in reference to the squat jumps you were doing with Shandor the other day, what are the benefits to doing those?
Squat jumps?
Yeah. You replied to your story.
Oh, okay. He just asked what the benefits of a squat jump are, showed me.
Just to see the photo.
What are the benefits of doing these squats? After lifting. So after lifting. So I did a lift first. So I talked about this actually, it's funny you say this because I actually put up a video about post-activation potentiation. It's called contrast loading. Contrast loading is coupled together two biomechanical similar movements. When I say biochemical, it's a movement pattern, right? So it might be a squat or a squat jump. It might be RDL and a broad jump. It might be a bench press or a bench press throw. The whole idea of doing a strength movement before an explosive movement is to take advantage of what we call post-activation potentiation. Now, I used to think this is a neurological phenomenon. It's not. These days, apparently, it's to do with calcium release via the sarcoplasmic reticulum. You know, so you've got sarcoplasmic reticulum releases calcium down the T tubules, and you get cross-bridge cycling, right? Apparently what it's to do, I couldn't find fuck what it's to do really, I know it works. So this is where scientists, I'm not really like, me, I'm not going to sit here and overdo it and be like, oh, this is what, you know me how I am, if it works, I'll just fucking do it. I'm a coach, I'll apply it, if it works, it works. Apparently it's to do with the sarcoplasmic reticulum releasing calcium, more calcium, this is what it's apparently to do with, and you've got greater cross-bridge cycling. I could be wrong, or I could be right, I don't know. I just think it's purely neural, but there must be some sort of neurological component to that. You've just done a heavy lift, surely there's some sort of neurological component. The benefit of doing strength work before an explosive movement is to take advantage of that potentiation. Because what it's like is this, it's like going from throwing a heavy can of Coke to throwing a lighter can of Coke. So you're tricking the nervous system to think it's still heavy, but it's not. So what do you improve there? Power, speed, elasticity. Whatever you're looking at, you're improving that, right? Don't really give a fuck what like, in terms of the reasoning. I'm really gonna be careful. I've got a mother here, I shouldn't be swearing this much, sorry about my swearing. If my mother here, she'd kill me. But I don't care about the, we talk about this in Australia. We are more, I'm not gonna kick off here, but it's like the AFLW talked about, we're gonna do research studies into why are there ACL injuries on female footballers. Are you serious? You want more data to show more data to give more data? I'll tell you the reasons why. Underprepared. Oh God, I've given up today. I really fucking have. It's just, mate, you know in Australia, we would rather collect data than actually apply it. That's why I became successful, so I started applying this, people started getting results. All that matters to me is results. If this kid wants to come back and play football, which he does, come from my grader, I'll get him back playing football. He's 15. If you've done a hamstring, I'll get you back playing football. If you want to come and prevent injuries, which is probably better, I'll help you prevent injuries. We're so backwards here, it's just like hitting your head against brick wall. But I saw that photo of my grandma, I cried. I know you're watching up there, and I'm sure I'm making her proud, so I've got to keep moving forward with this. So I reckon this will be the death of me. I said this to Dad, yes, I said this will be the death. But you know what, I'm doing something I love, so every day I come to work, I've got passion, I've got love for this. The minute it doesn't happen, I'll just quit, because I just shouldn't be doing it. But I love this joint.
Do you want one more? Cut it there.
No, I'll cut it there. I've got the kid behind. I'm going to start the kid. So he's a skinny kid as well. A skinny kid. But you know what? Respect the kid. Come away from Wayne Grada. He messaged me. He kept coming after me. I said that to his mother and father. I met them all. His mum, his dad, and him. I thought he was a great kid. So I said, let's move forward with it. So very rarely do I ever take anyone on when they email me first. Because I told you I bring them in for a meeting. I don't, these days I can do what I want. Like I reckon 2019 I'll just take a certain group of them He's got a good, so I like a story. I always like a story behind it. If you give me a story, I'm going to invest. Investment for me is a big deal. I need to invest in your story. Not saying that, you know, for me, if I don't believe I'm going to work well with them, I'm not going to work with them. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't care. It's like, I told you that from the start. When I started this, I did this because I wanted to help people. And if I can make an impact on his life slightly that helps him improve his football and his everyday life, like how many people I've inspired to do exercise science? A lot. That's fantastic. They want a high level of knowledge. That's what I want from it. But for this kid, it's more about him learning this. People think that rehab is just about the physical aspect. Just do X amount of squats, X amounts of deadlifts, 3 sets of 10 for everything. No, you're completely wrong. It's about holistic development. It's the psychological aspect of it. It's just unknown. The ability to make someone believe in you, I've talked to this before, the art of a coach is it took me years to learn. The art of buying in, the art of communication with people to get them to believe in something they never thought they were possible, very hard to do. I don't know, I've just learned it. I guess I learned it from when I first started 13 doing a paper round. You have to make people believe. It took me years. I've been working since I was 13. Some kids don't have a job till they're 22. What skill set when did you have your first job? 14. Oh yeah, girl, when did you have your first job?
Yeah, same. As soon as you can legally do it, yeah.
No, that's 16, 15 and 9 months or something. 15
yeah, whatever that was. Sorry.
I had the first 13, baby. Try and beat. When was your? Here it comes. When was your first job? Don't lie to me. I know it was 18. Was it 18? Yeah, see, I knew it. See, now he'll turn it backwards.
Don't matter, he's a hustler. He's a hustler.
Listen, all I know is this. I've never been beaten by anyone who said they're 13. No one's beaten me, 13. Even ask my mother. I work harder than anyone. And I told you this about talent, right? You and I respect you. Do you know why I respected you? Your work ethic. You have work ethic that not many people can contain. Your talent is zero like mine. But wait, we're brothers because we work hard. We will always beat people who have talent but don't work hard, you and I. That's why I respect you. Episode 36 of Ask Woodford. Thanks guys for watching, I appreciate it. Also quickly, the Franco show, I can't wait to be on it. We are becoming worldwide. I've done it under 6 years, remember, under 6 years, so I can't wait. He's my idol. My dad's making bets will I cry, will I get emotional? Probably. I'll probably get emotional because he hasn't had one Australian on his show. And all the guys on his show are worldwide, they're world level. I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying that I don't think I am, but I'm Australian who started this 6 years ago, who was told there was no market. People who say there was no market, or people who say you can't do it, they're just saying that to chop you down and make themselves feel better because they want to go after it. Hey, remember when people told me that, and you know what I'm doing now? Just remember that. And I still remember all the names. Breck, episode 36. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next week for Ask Woodford, episode 37. Thank you.